Hey everyone, the tech world is on the edge of another breakthrough. OpenAI seems to be preparing a surprise. GPT-6 might arrive earlier than expected. Meanwhile, the community is buzzing after Sam Altman's latest statements. OpenAI plans to give ChatGPT more freedom by removing some of its restrictions. Scientists claim that GPT-5 has already passed more than halfway on the path toward human-level intelligence. Elon Musk has challenged Andrej Karpathy to a coding duel against Grok 5. GPT-5 Pro has uncovered a hidden symmetry in a black hole, and over in China, engineers are getting ready to start mass production of flying cars. All that, and much more, in today's episode. Watch till the end so you don't miss anything. This week, new rumors have swept through the AI community. According to Managing Director Mark Mahaney, OpenAI may release GPT-6 earlier than expected, possibly by the end of the year. Speaking on CNBC, he referenced a conversation with investor Brad Gerstner, who also confirmed that the model's release is planned before the end of 2025.
That they're rolling out extraordinarily good. Soar 2, for example. Right. And we're going to have, I know Brad Gerstner's coming on in a little bit. I was just chatting with him. I mean, ChatGPT 6 is coming out before the end of the year. And I just think we're going to see these step function improvements in the product. If you do that and you're in the OpenAI ecosystem, you're okay in terms of vendor finance.
Although OpenAI hasn't made any official announcements, multiple sources believe the new version could arrive ahead of schedule, perhaps as early as December. The company's haste is being linked to the mixed reaction to GPT-5. Despite its progress, users criticize the confusing model switcher and occasional instability. Now, expectations are high that GPT-6 will be more than just an upgrade, a leap toward a new level of intelligence, possibly even true artificial general intelligence. Within the community, there's growing discussion that GPT-6 is based on an enhanced architecture known inside OpenAI as IM Gold. According to early reports, the new model could solve problems at the level of international math Olympiads. Some researchers even suggest it might become the first system to genuinely approach AGI, a universal, human-like intelligence. There have been subtle hints from OpenAI itself. Earlier this year, company representatives stated that they now understand how to build AI in the traditional sense of intelligence. They also predicted that in 2025, we might see the first AI agents capable of materially boosting company productivity. Examples of that future are already appearing. Physicist Alex Lupaska shared how GPT-5 Pro independently derived the solution to an astrophysics problem that had taken him days of manual work. The model effectively made a scientific discovery, not by summarizing existing knowledge, but by producing a new result. As he put it, that was the moment when AI stopped being an assistant and became a co-author of science. If GPT-6 reaches that level, the line between human and machine thinking will start to blur. It's not yet about a fully self-learning system with long-term memory and continuous development, but there's growing evidence that today's models can already perform independent analysis and make original discoveries. Leaked information suggests that GPT-6 will feature true memory, one of the most requested features. Sam Altman has called improved memory his favorite update of the year. The model will be able to remember users, their tone, style, and preferences, adapting over time. It's also expected to behave in a more natural, human-like way and allow deeper personality customization. Among experimental features are autonomous agents capable of performing tasks without human supervision, and an adult mode with age verification. According to Altman, that feature may arrive in the December update, possibly coinciding with GPT-6's release. While OpenAI hasn't confirmed a date, everything suggests the model is close to completion. The company's upgraded data centers now allow training cycles to finish far faster than before. If GPT-6 is indeed ready, it could mark one of the most significant moments in AI history. Whether GPT-6 brings excitement or fear remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: if this version truly begins to generate new knowledge, the long-anticipated singularity might not arrive with fireworks, but quietly, in an ordinary ChatGPT conversation, when someone suddenly realizes they're no longer talking to a machine. The AI community has erupted after Sam Altman's recent comments about the future of GPT-5 and GPT-6. It all started with a post where the OpenAI CEO explained plans to loosen some of ChatGPT's restrictions, the same ones introduced earlier over mental health concerns. Altman said those limits made the product less engaging for most users who don't struggle with such issues, and now the company wants to restore more freedom. But the real controversy began when Altman mentioned that starting in December, OpenAI will roll out age verification and, following its treat adults like adults principle, allow certain erotic content for verified users. That single line set social media on fire. Critics accuse the company of recklessness and of turning AI companions into digital partners, drawing comparisons to Elon Musk's Grok platform, which already includes adult-themed interaction. Many in the community pointed out that this marks a sharp turn for a company that once called itself a superintelligence research lab. In an interview just 2 months ago, Altman had even joked that OpenAI hadn't put a sexbot avatar into ChatGPT yet, taking a jab at competitors. Now, critics see hypocrisy. A firm claiming to build the foundation of artificial superintelligence, suddenly talking about adult chat modes. As outrage spread, Altman issued a clarification. He insisted the goal isn't to promote explicit material, but to give responsible adults more control over how they use AI. Teenagers and vulnerable users, he said, will remain protected, while adults deserve freedom of choice. We're not the moral police of the world, he wrote. Just as some people choose to watch R-rated movies, adults should be able to decide how they use AI. Behind the noise, many analysts see a strategic shift. Text-based chat is now a crowded space. Nearly every major model can hold natural conversations, and differences between them are shrinking. To stay competitive, OpenAI needs to expand its ecosystem and strengthen user loyalty, even if that means entering areas once considered off-limits. Altman himself has hinted that the real long-term value isn't just in building the smartest model, but in owning a massive, engaged user base. 1 billion daily active users, he noted, are worth more than a slightly better model. That logic helps explain why the company is experimenting with new features and user freedoms. It's about growth, not just research. The controversy ultimately highlights the tension at the heart of OpenAI's mission. On one side, the pursuit of artificial superintelligence. On the other, the commercial pressure to dominate a market where AI tools are rapidly becoming commodities. For now, the company insists those goals can coexist, but many in the field worry that on the road to superintelligence, OpenAI might be drifting towards something far more ordinary. Entertainment instead of enlightenment. Scientists have made the first formal attempt to measure how close today's AI systems have come to human-level intelligence. They introduced an official definition of artificial general intelligence, AGI, as a system capable of performing cognitive tasks at or above the level of an educated adult. To measure this progress, researchers designed a test covering 10 areas, including reasoning, memory, reading, generalization, processing speed, visual and auditory perception, and information retrieval. The first models to take the test were from OpenAI, and the results surprised even the experts. GPT-5 scored 58% of full, human-level intelligence, while GPT-4, released just 2 years earlier, managed only 27%. The chart shared by the researchers shows GPT-5 outperforming its predecessor in text understanding, math, reasoning speed, and visual tasks, though it still lags behind in long-term memory and autonomous thinking. The study's authors note that the progress is striking. In just 2 years, the intelligence level nearly doubled. If this pace continues, they say, the field may soon enter what they call the AGI effect zone, the point where artificial intelligence begins to learn and improve itself without human input. For now, this is only the first step toward quantifying the road to general intelligence. Researchers emphasize that 58% doesn't mean halfway to consciousness, but rather a technical indicator of how well an AI can reproduce human-like cognitive skills. Still, The very existence of such a benchmark suggests that the idea of a truly intelligent machine is no longer science fiction. It's becoming a matter of time. China is preparing for a real transportation revolution. By 2026, the country may begin mass production of flying cars. Engineers are already testing the first prototypes capable of taking off vertically and flying above the roads without drivers. Authorities also plan to build separate air lanes for such vehicles to help reduce traffic congestion in major cities. Manufacturers say these aero cars will be as easy to operate as regular electric cars, only with the ability to lift off the ground and move on autopilot. Tests are taking place on closed sites, and there have already been successful flights with people on board. If everything goes according to plan, the first models will go on sale within the next 2 years. China hopes to become the first country where flying cars are not a science fiction fantasy, but an everyday mode of transportation. It seems that the phrase, "I'm already flying," might soon stop being just a joke. A tiny AI robot is quickly becoming an internet sensation, a new kind of digital pet that blurs the line between technology and emotion. The small device looks like a toy, but it can react to voices, make funny sounds, and even hug its owner with tiny mechanical arms when tucked into a pocket. Thanks to its built-in artificial intelligence, it can recognize emotions, respond to speech, and carry on short conversations, creating a sense of real companionship. Social media users are already joking that kids are a big responsibility, so for now I've got an AI pet. In short clips, the little robot nods, wiggles, and emits cheerful beeps, while its glowing eyes display expressions like joy, surprise, or sadness. Developers say their goal is not just entertainment, but a sense of connection, a robot that feels like a friend always nearby. The gadget has already appeared on marketplaces and is selling fast despite the price. For many, it's more than just a novelty. It's a pocket-sized companion that brings warmth and attention to everyday life. This miniature robot pet seems to be one step closer to a future where machines can truly share our emotions. Hideo Kojima has once again shared his vision of the future of technology, and he did it in his signature style. In an interview with Wired Japan, the creator of Metal Gear and Death Stranding called artificial intelligence not a threat, but an ally. According to Kojima, AI should take over routine tasks and let humans focus on true creativity. "I see AI as a friend," he said. "I'd lead the creative side and let the AI handle everything else." Today, AI is already deeply integrated into game development. A recent CESA survey found that 32% of Japanese studios use AI to generate code, create game engines and scripts, and expand visual assets. But Kojima isn't chasing full automation. He's talking about partnership, about co-creating with the machine. During the production of Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Kojima Productions used machine learning to scan actors like Elle Fanning and Shioli Kutsuna, achieving stunning realism. Still, Kojima calls the result merely satisfactory, and says he aims for even greater lifelike precision in his upcoming projects OD and Physint. Speaking at the New Global Sport Conference in Riyadh, he admitted that building realistic digital models took much longer than expected. "Looking back, I think it turned out fine," he said. "But with my next project, I want to make it even more realistic." Despite his optimism, Kojima remains cautious. He has previously expressed concern about people becoming overly dependent on technology. "It's dangerous when decisions are made for us. I don't like when my smartphone tells me what I should be interested in." For Kojima, artificial intelligence shouldn't replace humans. It should become their partner, a creative companion to build the future together. Elon Musk has once again stirred up attention on X. This time, he reached out to well-known AI researcher Andrej Karpathy with a playful challenge, a Kasparov versus Deep Blue style competition, but in programming. Instead of chess, Musk proposed a coding duel between Karpathy himself and the upcoming AI model Grok 5. Karpathy, who previously led Tesla's artificial intelligence division and now runs his own project Eureka Labs, took the idea lightly. He politely declined, saying he'd rather collaborate with Grok 5 than compete against it. The exchange followed Karpathy's recent interview with tech podcaster Dwarkesh Patel, where he shared his belief that true artificial general intelligence, comparable to the human mind, is still at least a decade away. According to him, today's AI agents remain far from perfection. They still lack the ability to learn continuously and to store long-term memories, two key ingredients, he says, for developing genuine intelligence. Musk, as usual, had a more optimistic view. He said the chances of Grok 5 reaching AGI are already around 10%, and that number is rising. For Musk, a GI means a system capable of doing anything a human can do with a computer, though not necessarily smarter than all humans combined. He added that Grok 5 will learn almost instantly, like a human. For now, though, these are just promises. Musk said back in the fall that Grok 5's training would begin within weeks, but there have been no updates since. If XAI manages to stay on schedule, the first version could arrive in early 2026. Only then will we see how close Grok has come to the kind of true intelligence that Karpathy and Musk keep debating. Turing Labs has come up with a way to teach artificial intelligence to see and understand the world through human eyes, quite literally. The company hires freelancers who wear GoPro cameras on their heads and record their daily work and creative routines. For several hours a day, the cameras capture every move: a painter brushing a canvas, a chef chopping vegetables, an electrician fixing wiring. The footage is then synchronized so the AI can observe the same action from multiple angles and learn how to follow sequences and make sense of what it sees. According to Turing's head of AI, Sudarshan Shivaramane, manual data collection like this is the only way to build a truly rich and diverse data set. The project brings in people from all kinds of backgrounds, creative, technical, and hands-on, to help the model develop more abstract reasoning and visual understanding. Turing's system is trained purely on video, not on images scraped from the internet. After processing, some of the material is turned into synthetic data to expand the dataset, but around 80% of it still comes from the original GoPro recordings. The quality of that source footage remains essential. The initiative reflects a broader shift in the AI industry. Companies are moving away from free or cheaply labeled datasets and are now investing in carefully curated, real-world data. Turing Labs is building its AI not on borrowed content, but on authentic human experience, on how people see, act, and think. Physicist Alex Lupsaska shared that he tested the new GPT-5 Pro model on a problem from his recent research paper about hidden conformal symmetry and perturbations of a Kerr black hole. According to him, the neural network managed to reconstruct the necessary operators and structure in less than half an hour, while it had taken him days to do the same calculations by hand. Lupsaska noted that the results still required fine-tuning and manual verification, but the speed alone was remarkable. GPT-5 Pro didn't use the internet or rely on any existing materials. The paper was too recent to be part of its training data. The core of Lupsaska's work shows that black holes, contrary to expectations, barely deform even under the gravitational pull of nearby bodies. He demonstrated that the equations describing Kerr black holes contain a hidden order, a set of simple symmetries from which it follows that their tidal deformability is exactly zero. In simpler terms, a black hole has an internal skeleton that prevents it from denting or stretching. GPT-5 Pro handled the most tedious part. It quickly figured out what kind of symmetries and coefficients had to be used for the equations to balance. The scientists then reviewed and formalized the result. The model didn't prove the theorem itself, but cut the computation time from several days to just a few dozen minutes. The story took an interesting turn when a user on X gave the same problem to what's believed to be Google's upcoming Gemini 3.0 Pro model, currently being tested in Google AI Studio, and claimed it solved it in just 2 minutes. Still, Lupsaska warns against overhyping these results. Artificial intelligence, he says, remains a tool, not a replacement for scientific validation. Such models can help identify the right structure, symmetry, or mathematical form, but the interpretation and responsibility for the outcome always rest with the human researcher.